It's been a great experience, just coming in and working really hard all the time, pretty much, even in the summer, and just seeing the program grow.
It's been like a great experience. Gives you kind of a sense of pride, really, to come in where we started and then to be where we are now. It's actually pretty surreal. It's awesome.
It's been a lot of fun. We've always been more successful when we've tried to have a good time, and I feel like each year our team has gotten better at just relaxing a little bit and enjoying each meet and the process.
Everything that we've been able to experience this year for us as seniors when we came in as freshmen, these are all the things that we had goals for. We wanted to be the team that was competitive in the SEC. We wanted to pack the arena every night, and we wanted to make it to nationals and be the group that brings Auburn Gymnastics to where it should be.
It's been pretty fantastic being an Auburn gymnast for the past 4 years, getting to see how much the program has changed from my freshman year to my senior year. It's been great seeing how we've been slowly gaining more and more fans, and how it's become more popular to come and watch Auburn Gymnastics, and how people are beginning to recognize us, and it's just great to see how much the team has evolved, how much the team has changed and grown since I got here freshman year.
I remember recruiting these girls, and I remember one of the main things that we talked about was trying to encourage them to buy into our program and to see that we were going to go places. In hindsight, looking back, we are in a really special spot right now for Auburn Gymnastics, and I think a lot of it revolves around this senior class, the fact that they were integral for 4 straight years of continuing to move us forward. I just take a lot of pride in that.
Tonight's about respect for us. It's about what I know it's senior night, but it's bigger than that. Seniors and juniors and sophomores, you've been here a few years, and you've tried to develop this. We've worked a really long time, and we've worked really hard, and there's been a lot of sacrifices to get to where we are right now. Go out there for that. It doesn't matter who's across the floor, it doesn't matter what they score. It doesn't matter what we score. It matters how we do this tonight. All right? Enjoy the crowd, enjoy everything, enjoy what you build, but you got to perform tonight. Tonight's about leading us into the postseason and making a statement.
First gymnast up for Auburn. Nice ball from Brittany Webster.
This meet I just tried to better my vault and make sure that my legs were straighter and that I stayed flatter in the air so that I could get a better score to help the team out.
Senior exclamation point right there.
Goals met. The past couple months in the gym, I've been trying to get my vault back to where I think it should be. So to go 9-9 and to do a great vault on Friday was kind of just icing on the cake for all the work I've been doing so far.
I was a little bit worried that they were going to be a little too juiced up for vault, but I was glad that they did a really good job.
She actually switched up that vault. She's been competing at Yurchenko 1.5, took it to the full to see that landing.
Little hop, and it's one of those vaults where she sees the ground for a long time.
Yurchenko 1.5, very difficult.
Oh, close. See if she can finish this off with a big vault.
Like you were shooting stuff, it was fun to watch. Let's do that again. Let's be a little sharper on bars. Let's get that energy going.
Yeah, Megan did a great job at the end of bars. We did switch up the lineup a little bit, rested Caitlin on that event, and at the same time gave Cullen a chance to lead us off. Sometimes it's important to rest the girls, and sometimes it's just as important to give the other girl some experience. Cullen has led off in the past for us, but hadn't done it quite this year as much, so we wanted to make sure going into postseason that we had all our contingencies covered.
It started off a little slow, but I think we all kept building on what everyone else was doing, so the scores increased. We got better scores as the routines went on.
A good routine, that release move, wow, right on the fingertip.
Abby's been doing much better, and for her to go last weekend, she struggled a little bit. I thought she was a little bit too tentative on some of her positions, and for her to go out there and get a career high on bars, it's just a lot of fun to see at the end of the year that she's really starting to round into shape.
Blindfold double tuck dismount.
There we go. There's a stick.
Stuck landing.
A little sharper here.
It was definitely exciting to go out and have a really good routine to hit a 9.9. I wish I had stuck my dismount because it would have been that much better. But I felt like the rest of it was pretty good, and I had a good rhythm, which is pretty much my biggest problem on bars. So if I felt like it went smoothly, then typically the score reflects it. So I was pretty happy with the bar team.
Finished with a double layout. She went all out for that one. Had to take that small hop, but beautiful lines throughout that routine.
Yellow flip! Go! Be sharp, ladies. You got nothing to lose. That's what we've been working on in practice.
It was a pretty decent routine for me. It definitely wasn't the best that I could have done, but it was still a great routine to start the rotation off with and to get the ball rolling.
Unique dismount of a canter full.
Not a bad lead off.
You know, our last two meets have not been great on beams, so I think a lot of times the girls carry a little bit of stress with that, and they want to be good on beam. Especially that event. We're going to finish on that event on the road. We're going to finish on that event at SEC Championships. So that one was a real focus all week, and I thought the girls did a really good job with that.
Beam itself is actually pretty good. I think I'm pleased with my performance. I just gotta keep getting better and better.
This looks pretty clean to me. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Bree Guy can't do a better beam routine than that one.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
It was nice to see that even as the meet was going and we had a lot of emotion surrounding that night, obviously, that the beam team kept it together and was able to start strong and finish strong throughout the set, so we still got a good score.
Very valuable to have great beam workers on your squad. You can't win big if you don't go big on beam, and that's almost a rule in women's gymnastics.
Getting to get up there and do beam and for everyone to see, like, hey, like, that's right, this is what she does, and that she has fun doing it, and I love doing it so much. I'm glad I was able to hit for the fans and for my team. I, of course, pictured the routine, I pictured my skills, I pictured what I'd be doing, but when it actually happened, I landed, I saluted, I turned around, and to see my teammates running up to me, looking up into the stands and seeing my parents crying and seeing fans being proud of me and standing for me, like, it was a really special moment, and that's probably something that I'm never going to forget, and I'm so thankful for.
Have fun. Really, have fun. Let's go. 7-7. Rock it. Tiger eyes, baby. Strong, solid, sharp, landing.
I love my position on floor. Your whole goal is to just be clean and consistent and get the ball rolling, and I've been pretty steadfast with my 9.825s this year, and it's a little frustrating because I know there's a little bit of something I can fix in every single routine, but I'm happy I can go out there each week and just hit the set that sets the tone for the whole floor team.
Well, it was pretty great getting to compete floor, especially at home. My first two passes felt fine to me. They felt normal, if not maybe a little better, just because I was a little more energized, a little more hyped up since it was the competition routine. I was a little nervous going into it, but my legs felt better, my arms felt better than they usually did. So I knew that I had enough juice to make the tumbling pass around. It was just going to be making sure I stayed in bounds and found the landing.
We talked about gymnasts being clean and in great form and execution. Karen really is that gymnast as well. Great toes, great body lines. Doesn't have maybe the power of some of the gymnasts we'll see later in this lineup, but doesn't give anything away, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
But with it being senior night and with a couple people being dinged up and us already knowing our rotations and that type of thing for SEC Championships, it made more sense to do a different lineup on floor, to give Cullen an opportunity at the end of the lineup to throw a big routine again, but also to move Karen into the lineup. You know, Cullen goes out there and hits an enormous routine, goes above a 9.9 for the first time in her career on floor, sets her personal best, and I don't think we could have asked for anything more out of floor. Lexis finally goes back into the floor lineup and hits, so on all levels it was successful.